Hey, brothers and sisters. What's up? I know it's early for many of us here, but wanted to put this video up real quick and let y'all understand what's going on in this cold, cruel world if you are an Afro man in the United States. Um, it is clear to everybody that this country here do not care about the people that built it. And this goes out to the Caucasian brethren. And I think as I look at this, I think it's the Most High's way of showing them what the Afro man has had to endure his entire life in this country. All right. So, again, let me just introduce myself. This is the Reluctant Nabi back again. News and views and further documenting the plight of the Afro community. And this should be instructional to many. All right. So basically, you got a lot of things going on here where the United States has created a mentality in women that is so destructive to human nature, it is almost unfathomable. All right. I want y'all to understand this. This is almost unfathomable. You have people going through things, and then we see artist after artist, star after star, be the epitome of examples to show you the heartless nature of the American created woman. I was disturbed, really, really disturbed last night as somebody sent a video that was going around Facebook where we actually was trying to do something as we watch a woman take a child's life. What's worse is this, and I start to have this question. And this is a question that we really, really, really have to be aware of, right? And the question was this: last night, as I was talking about it, because I was really hurt to really just see that. This is somebody that have seen people shot. This is somebody that in East Texas at one time, somebody got shot at the club and we tried to save the guy's life. I was the only person that knew first aid. All right. And the ambulance, which was right down the street, took about an hour to get to us. The guy ended up dying. All right. Not while I was not in my care, but the guy ended up dying in the hospital. Just got there too late. And we couldn't figure out for the life of us, we could see the ambulance down the street. But this, is, again, is the plight of the Afro man in the United States. I had to do, and I question this. I question this. I had a dude. His name was Humble Man. Humbled Man. He said, dude, how can you continue to talk on something you won't share? Post the link, bruh. All right. And that's the mentality of a lot of these dudes on Facebook. I was talking to a sister from Honduras, and we were talking about this, and I was trying to explain to her how things work. All right. And the nature of men, because she's still looking at us from a female point of view, but she's trying to get an understanding. And it's a learning curve for her, is because, as she told me, if she was in her native home, she probably would have had a husband and not had to worry about all the things that she has to worry about having come to the United States. All right. So she came to the United States and walked into a world of problems because she left her culture at home. And hindsight 2020, that's what she sees. But when you're on your way here, you don't see that. And I tried to tell her that this is a wicked country. This is where people come to sin. So basically, now we got all this stuff going on. And you got women that have bought into this whole American system, and they're going to use it for whatever it is worth. Period. Now, as y'all recall, before we get into this Kelis thing, because this is kind of leading up to this, as y'all recall, there is great power and vice that they give to any woman in the United States that wants to destroy a child, because the United States of America do not care about children. They care about money, manipulation, but not children. How do we know this? The court system will do everything in their power to do what's actually worse for the child. And you can't say they don't know, because these are people that are educated with degrees in law, so they understand human nature. They should. They're judges, right? But when you look at what they do and how they allow the women to just defy the laws of the United States and the laws of nature, it is just ridiculous. Now, I'm going to show y'all something real quick. All right. Now, this isn't the first time we're talking about how the rights of men in the United States have no bearing on the decision making of those in government or the court system. As a matter of fact, the problem with the government is the people in the House and Senate they get to run their whole lives and stay there their whole lives. And that's why you will always be hurt. Because once you get in, it's hard to get them out. Only term limits could do that. But the righteousness of the United States, there is none. There is none. So Kelis wants to take this man's child, where they have joint custody, to Colombia to live with her on the farm and take that child away from the father. Where would she get an idea that she could just uproot an American citizen, which is the child, and take him from his American citizen father permanently? And why would she do that? obviously to get at Nas, period. But what gives her the gumption to do that? She don't have the authority. Well, yes, she do, is because she don't have to pay attention to the laws. Because for women, they believe that the laws don't apply to them, only men in the United States, because they don't ever adhere to them, and there is no repercussion for them not adhering to the laws. All right. And let's talk again about how egregious the laws are. All right. As y'all remember, sorry, as y'all remember, I talked about this story here. All right. Now, some of you might not remember this story here. All right. Now, on the back, people don't understand. For those who can't understand my channel, this is what I'm about. Because I am not harmed to the degree that I see other people harmed. Proverbs 31:8. Speak up for those who can't speak for themselves. This is the shirt of the guy who, in a divorce, the woman got custody, and this woman is going to have her son, this man's son, castrated at the age of 8. She's been putting dresses on his son since 3. And when you talk up about this stuff that is affecting people who can't speak for themselves, Google will shut you down. The women will shut you down. The news media will act like you're the one with the problem when they're the ones with the problem. Why? Because this is such a wicked country that is showing it definitely do not care about children. Period. They just don't care. All right. They are destroying us one child at a time in this country. So here is the story. And Cortez Forever, he's the one that sent me the link to this. All right. And he said, Navi, check this out. So basically, as you know, they had joint custody. Naj used his money to fight for his children. And this goes out to all these women, and even the one that I was speaking to, who don't understand. See, the Afro men have always been fighting for our children. But we've been fighting a losing battle where we throw money at it, because no matter what, these wicked women get to control that child when that child is with them. So the guy where the mother's going to have the son castrated, right? Remember, what she did was she went to court, got a lawyer, and not only did she get a lawyer, she has the LGBT paying for her legal fees. So she has a group that want the children destroyed, paying for her legal fees, because they're pushing their agenda. They don't care about her family, her child, and neither does she. She's trying to get back at her ex-husband, and that pack and group are paying her legal fees, interfering in a family matter to try to destroy that boy and that man. How in the world did we get a law where you can chemically castrate a child at the age of 8? That's not even science. That's not medicine. That's not anything. You get to destroy the child before it has the chance to grow up. Well, the first step in destroying the child is to rip the child any way you can from the vicinity of the father, because it's the father that protects the child, not the mother. The mother uses the child as a weapon against the father. That's what you're seeing in these cases. So it goes, although Nas and Kelis reached a joint custody agreement, so they reached an agreement. Now Kelis decides F the agreement. Because remember, I told you, you can never trust the word of a black woman. Period. She came up here to this country, got popular through the hip hop, where dudes bought her record, women were buy her record. She got in with these black women, and she became a black woman, throwing her own culture away. Made some money, got with Nas, and now she is showing the blackness. So they come to an agreement, and they came to it because he has enough money to fight for an agreement. And this is a 9-year-old son who, at this age, should be with the father, because he's going to be going through puberty and all the rest of that stuff. So he needs to be with his father. Right? Over their 9-year son night last March, it looked as if another custody battle is on the horizon. Why? Because the black woman feels like anything she agrees to don't really matter. That the only person that has to stick to their word is the man, and only when he makes it to her. She can ask him to break his word to other children. And I think this is the nature of women, period. That they think that a man is supposed to break his word to other people so that it can benefit her. And we as men need to leave those women alone. Period. They need to be hitting that wall and just floating in the wind. And no other man should touch her. But see, we got Simpson and Manginas and all the rest of that stuff that won't let the Most High deal with these wicked women. So TMZ reports that Kelis wants to become a Colombian farmer and is bringing her son with her to Colombia. But Nas is not having it. According to documents revealed, so if she wants to do that, she needs to leave the son with the man, because that's his seed. So according to documents revealed by the outlet on Thursday, the Creamers rap legend is upset over several different child custody issues, including Kelis plans to travel to Cartagena, Colombia. The issue is that the milkshake artist took Night to Colombia to Colombia last month, when the rapper was supposed to have him on New Year's Eve. Understand that. See, this is evil and wickedness right here. So when he was supposed to have the son, the woman, the black woman, says, F you. I don't have to agree. I don't have to hold up to my agreement. My word don't mean nothing. I keep telling people this. Their word don't mean anything. They didn't return to the U.S. until January 14th. So she violated the order. Understand this. She violated the courts. But is anyone going to do anything about it? Probably not. Because she gets to do that is because the courts are saying that the laws of nature and laws only applies to the men. Women get to break them all the time. Nas also says Kelis has already withdrawn him from his private school in Los Angeles and plans to keep him in Colombia with her new husband who has a farm there. This makes it worse. So she is going to take the son of a man who wants to raise his son to be raised by another man in Colombia. How evil and wicked is this? This is evil and wicked on some other level, and this is what Black women do. American women do this. Have their sons castrated before 8, and then he's going to have to live with that, and probably a whole bunch of mental issues are going to come up as a result of that because he didn't get to make that decision when he was old enough to think. They go, Kelis is currently homeschooling night in Colombia. This should be illegal. Nas says that Kelis is violating their custody agreement with her sudden move to Colombia and added she has been cooperative when it comes to co-parenting their son. Nas is asking a judge to find Kelis in contempt of her custody agreement and ultimately stop her from taking their son to Colombia. It isn't the first time Niles had filed documents against Kelis for violation of their custody agreement. In April 2018, the veteran rapper filed legal papers demanding a judge to penalize Kelis after he says the singer refused to let him take their son during Passover. Oh, this is on some other level now. Understand this. Passover is a deeply holy event amongst Israelites and Hebrews. And this started March 30th. This means that this woman is intentionally disrupting the lessons that the father wants to teach the son that may help the son be a better person, and taking this boy to somebody that is not his father, because she's going to get Nas's child support anyway, right? So she's going to take the boy to someone here that is not his father, so that the father down there can treat him like a stepson that don't belong to him. This woman is intentionally trying to destroy the relationship between the father and the son. And now you know what's wrong with Black women in the United States. Because this is what they stand for. This is what they're for. Period. All right. Period. Period. This is what's going on. The Black woman keeps saying, the Black woman will is a forked tongue, as the Indians used to say, individual who keeps saying that the men don't want to take care of their responsibility, while the whole time preventing the men from taking care of their responsibility. The black woman keeps saying that the men don't want to take care of their responsibility, while at the same time, out of their lying mouths, saying that the men don't take care of their responsibilities. And every place you look in the Afro community, what you will find is this: you have always had the brothers trying to stand up, and you would have the women use their children as a toy and prevent them from standing up and taking care. Passover, y'all. For those that understand Passover, you know how deep this is running. This means that son right there may have a way and a direction to the Most High by hook or by crook. This dude is teaching his son the awareness of the Most High. And this woman who decided to be black culture, and notice she went and married that Colombian man after she knows that she could have Nas's child support. Understand this. And so the Colombian man gets to use Nas's money. Peep this. The Colombian man will now get to use Nas's money that should be going to his Nas's child. The Colombian man is going to now get to use it for his children, his farm. Nas is going to be paying for another man's living. This is why can't trust these black women. Period. And when you look at this, you better start looking with one eye open across the diaspora. I'm going to just be honest with you. Can I be honest with y'all real quick? All right. I'm going to come here and greet everybody real quick. What's up, David Bowman? What's up, DK Phantom? Frizza? No, not boa tarde. No. Bom dia. Bom dia. Boa tarde. Depois, 11 horas. Não, 12 horas. 12 horas. 12 horas. So, now, 12 horas, 12. After 12, right? Depois. Depois, after. Okay? So, the brother's getting up on his Portuguese, you know. He met himself a hottie down there. All right, so what's up, David Bowman, Captain Marvel, the White, all right, SW247X, all right, Sean Williams. Yeah, and yep, walk off free, but when a man breaks his word, his integrity is put into question. And here's the problem. The man's integrity is put into question because other men judge him. But the same man that judges the man is also supposed to be judging the women. But none of us is judging, only a few of us are judging the women and holding them to task. Only a few of us. But when we do, the very people that stand up against us in judgment of the women, because we're supposed to, Ezekiel 23rd chapter, Son of Man, judge these women for their wickedness, for their adultery against the Afro men. The very people that come against us are other black men because they decided they want to be black. Right? And so us Afro men have to leave them alone and not have it too. What's up, A. Griggs? All right. And so that's what's going on. What's up, Carl Black? Doris Johnson, it's nice to see you in here. Right. And so and it's pretty clear. It's pretty clear that Kelis is trying to destroy this man's son. You don't if she really loved her son, then she would want her son, if she really loved this boy, she would want that boy to be with his father. But she don't love the this proves that Kelis and black women like her do not love their children. They see the children as a tool or a vice to get back at the father. Period. And they're supported by the legal system here and the political system here. Period. Why? Because this kind of thing brings a whole lot of money to a bunch of people out of the pockets of the man. What's up with Sean Jefferson? All right. And so this son of Nas is not going to learn to have the intellect of Nas. All right. Not going to learn to have the history of Nas. All right. Or the spirituality that apparently Nas has acquired. But y'all got to remember how prolific a writer Nas is. They keep trying to say Eminem in the top three. Eminem is not in the top three. Eminem is popular partially because of his skin and partially because of his talent. The same talent on with dark skin, he's four. So the same talent with Caucasian skin to me, he's four. Number one, hands down, Nas. Number one, hands down, Nas. Then I go Chuck D, Biggie, and tied for four, Tupac and Eminem. All right. And I judge this on content that I think is important. All right. And the movement, not based on popularity. So basically, I got many people over Jay-Z. I do like Jay-Z when he had this song, give him what you got. I like him in that. But I got a Jay-Z, he might be in the top 10, but not in the top 5. And believe it or not, I got MC Hammer at 5. All right. No, I got him at 6. I got Will Smith at 5. No, Will Smith was tight. I'm gonna have him see. So I'm gonna bump Tupac in. I'm gonna bump Tupac. No, I'm gonna put Will Smith at number 2. See, y'all haven't really listened to Will Smith. All right. No one really listened to his content is because he was really being hated on like MC Hammer was hated on. All right. But Will Smith had mad flow skills. Oh, he kind of basically was having the same problems with the black women and his children that Nas is having now. Huh. Go figure. And until he met Jada, him being able to have peace and raising his children was a problem. All right. And so this is where the Afro community stands right now. that there is no love for Afro men that are. Been the complaint. The black women have said the men ain't standing up, they ain't taking care of their children. And these women are demonstrating that yes, we've always been trying to take care of our children, but the number one enemy to the Afro man when he was trying to take care of his children was the black woman. America. And you're right. See, and that's right. But the thing is, he had to set Jada straight, and Jada got straight. That's the difference between her and the other woman. All right. For the longest, I've been telling women that come to this country. I was just talking to a beautiful woman yesterday. We were having this conversation. Period. She's like, well, the men aren't this, that, and the other. I was like, no, you're not paying attention to what's going on. You need to stop looking at things from the eyes of a black woman in the United States and look at things from the eyes of your culture. And on some things, her eyes are starting to open up. Period. Her eyes are starting to open up on some things. All right. But the black woman in the United States, what's up, James Black? The black woman in the United States, as a group, has decided to come together against any good Afro man. And the thugs are not to blame. The thugs are not to blame. I kept putting blame at the foot where it goes. And I kept putting that blame at the foot of the black woman in the United States because it's been her the whole time. Brothers better wake up. The righteous brothers better wake up and as a group start coming against these women and judging them the way scripture says. And I'm going to leave you with this. I'm going to leave you with two things. I'm going to leave you with two things as my e-swords warm up. All right. And again, let me thank this brother, Cortez Forever. All right. Because Cortez Forever was the one that was on this, right? All right. So let's go here real quick. So here's the problem with everybody, the white people, the black people, the religion, give me that old time. You know what? I'm going to have to warm up the keyboards again and start playing this gossip music. All right. So let me make this a little larger so that people can see. Now, I know y'all can see this, so I would like to point out one thing. For the people that say don't judge, there's a whole book with 1 to 21 chapters in scripture called the Book of Judges. The Book of Judges. Understand this. The Book of Judges. And we'll look at, and we're going to have to do Gideon. The Gideon is where everybody's special forces come from. All right. And when you look at this, the problem you have is Israel is always disobeying. And when they say serving Baal and the Ashtoreth, right? That's what these women have been doing. And we've not been judging them for it. As a matter of fact, their simps have been standing up. Their simps have been standing up and saying, you can't judge these women. They my queen. All right. But we judge these queens, right? Because we're not kings. We weren't supposed to be kings. The Most High in Samuel, 8th chapter. All right. Warning against kings, right? It says in the elders of Israel gathered together and said, Samuel, Ramah, said, look, you are old and your son do not walk in your age. Not now appoint us a sovereign, a king, to rule us like all nations. But the word was evil in the eyes of Samuel. And the Most High told Samuel, and Yahweh said to Samuel, listen to the voice of the people and all that they say, for they have not rejected you, Samuel, but they have rejected me from reigning over them. See, the whole time these people did not understand that all we needed was the commandments, and we followed those, and it was how the Most High reigned over us, right? And when we decided to go through man's laws instead of the commandments, whoop, there it is. And so what does man's law say? Well, we don't like the Afro men. We can't stand them as a matter of fact. So let us devise a way and use the black woman to destroy the seeds of the Afro man. And that's what you see happening when you look at Kelis. And not only is it that, but now this thing is spilling over in the Caucasian community where now they're castrating their boys before 8 years old. And if the black woman had enough money, they'll do the same thing. Or wait a minute, if the black woman knew the man had enough money, is because that's a very expensive procedure. So this woman went to court to have the judge do this to this man. And remember, that's the guy I said, let's support. That's where I got them shirts from that you saw with the Captain American symbol on it. All right. And so this is basically the problem. This is basically the problem. That in the United States, there is no righteousness nor justice for the Afro man in the United States. Ezekiel 3 and 17. I want y'all to understand this. Son of man, I have made you a watchman for the house of Israel. Who's the watchman? The son that came from a man, not Nephilim, not the fallen. All right. Now, let's go to something else. All right. we'll get to it not only says Son of Man, judge these women, but we're supposed to prophesy against the prophets. That's the preachers. That's why I come against the preachers. That's the job of the Son of Man. Ezekiel 13 and 17. Son of man, set your face against the daughters of your people. For those people that understand a little spirituality, I'm gonna just show it to you. All right, this is what we're supposed to be doing, right? But we let religion come in and creep in. This is what Hollywood and the church has been doing. They've been setting up stumbling blocks between us. Okay, and after all of this, the Most High said, you know what? I kind of had enough. And so here's the thing. I'm going to get into the important thing real quick. All right. Here is the thing. It is, and I'm going to break this down to you. All right. For all these people that like these Christian people, oh, we are not supposed to judge. And then I'm going to leave you with the coup de grace, as they used to say on Bugs Bunny. And here it is, the coup de grace. Judge them, son of man. Judge them, make known to them the abominations of their fathers. And I believe that this isn't only their fathers, but their mothers. But then again, it could be their fathers, is because most of the mothers in the United States are having children from the thugs, the dudes that just got out of jail. Think about who they're opening their legs up to. Think about this. Let's get more specific. All right. So three people we're supposed to judge. We're supposed to judge these wicked women that's had these children from these wicked men, the thugs, right? The next group of people we judge is these church pastors. And all these people, right? And then next, we judge the wicked women. Period. Wait a minute. Did you see a pattern of the groups of people that say don't judge? Hey, beautiful, how you doing? All right, do you see the pattern of the people that say don't judge? So as I was talking to this beautiful sister, okay, I was talking to this beautiful sister, and I was trying to show her that if she opened her eyes, The Afro men in the United States have always been trying to do the right thing, but our biggest enemy in the United States was the system and the black woman. Hands down, bar none. The system and the black woman. All right. And when you look at it, when we say black woman, they could come from any other country, but as soon as they buy in to this feminist led culture here, they're going to be down for the destruction of the sun. Now, so as we go back into the case and read it, keep this in mind. And this goes out to the black women that keep saying, oh, the men don't want to handle their responsibility. The men have always been trying to handle their responsibility. The men actually love their sons. Period. They actually love their sons. The problem is that the black women have all of the political capital to destroy the sons. And unless you have Nas's kind of money, you can't do much about it. All right. And so basically, when you look at this, Kelis decides to take another man's son to be raised by a farmer at the age of 9 in Colombia, that Kelis remarried. It's almost as if she got with Nas to get that child support money and take it back to Colombia to do her thing with whatever. And we don't even know what kind of farmer this guy is. I want y'all to think about this. Kelis has violated every child custody order, and she had violated Nas's rights to his son during Passover and New Year's Eve. Again, why? Because the black woman in the United States have no integrity and their word don't mean squat. And they feel like their word don't have to mean anything because the courts will be slow to punish them for not following a court order, while they're quick to punish a man even when he's doing everything correctly. All right. This woman took this child out of his private school because she can. Had Nas did that, he'd be in jail probably. All right. This country allows so much women to do so much wickedness and they're not judged. But the thing is, they're now being judged by many of us. Now, y'all know I've been like never really sleep. I've been naive though. See, the children I had came because I was very naive. And see, I understand that now. All right. That won't happen again. In this country or any other country, it will not happen again. What's up, David Bowman? All right. I will never be that naive again. We need to understand these countries. I truly believe that what Kelis is doing is really not the culture of the women of Colombia. I could be wrong. All right, there we got some sisters here that watch the channel that I want to do videos with, and Mecca Dawn missed the one, and she like all late. I missed the one about the Dominican Republic, so we're going to have to talk about the Dominican Republic again. All right, and hopefully we could find a way to get her in. All right, and another thing that I want to do is I want to I want to drive out to Georgia, but right now my body still hasn't caught up to this time zone and everything. All right. So, it takes me like a week once I get back from Brazil to really get totally adjusted. All right. So, yes, it is global. Carl Black, he hit the nail on the head right here. This is why I like the favelas. Y'all keep hearing me saying that I like the favelas, right? And this is why I like them. The commandments in the favelas hold supreme, all right? Because it's ruled by guns. Period. This is why I like the favelas. I like the favelas is because is the European system of laws are trying to govern it, but the people that really hold the power are the people with the guns. I don't have a problem with it. My life could be taken for any reason and any day. All right. And y'all know, like, I'm still waiting to see what this cancer is going to do. Right? I thought I would be dead already. And y'all know this. Some of y'all are new on here, but I thought the cancer would have taken my life already. But y'all know I've been doing well. I've been gallivanting back and forth, doing things with the children, this, that, and the other. And so I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I know that in Brazil, I experienced some changes. I don't know if they're good or bad. I have an appointment coming up next week now that I'm back. So I will know some things. But see, here's the thing. It has never bothered me. Because when you're ready to go, you just ready to go. Right? I'm doing my purpose, but it's like, I'm doing my purpose. And the sad part is I might outlive most of the people that don't have anything with this cancer. And I'm just like thinking to the most high, man, like what's really going on? What's this? And so I don't know. It's been more of a blessing than a curse. And I don't know even know how to get people to understand that. But because a lot of people don't understand how I live, right? But the other thing is when you could go any day or any 6 month period, 3 month period, you're really not afraid of anything. You're really not afraid to say what you really think. Not that I ever was. You see what I'm saying? All right. I'm not afraid to expose what I think is unjust and unrighteous. And like the T-shirt I bought, I'm not afraid to speak up with for the people that feel like they have no voice. Because I understand they really have no voice. I'm not afraid to understand and research the truth to find out that when people say don't judge, I'll just put up a bunch of things that is telling us the Son of Man, that means us, the Afro men, because we come from true men, true human being men, the ones that were created from the dust of the earth and the breath into our nostril and became a living soul. That group, not the ones that were created from the Nephilim or the fallen. Remember, because a bunch of stuff came out of the black woman. And we don't really know how much and how deep it was. So that's why the Most High said, Son of Man, judge the women, judge the governments, and judge the preachers and prophets. And it said for us to prophesy against the women. Not everybody else's women, not the white woman. He said prophesies against the black woman. And now I'm having some understanding of why I don't deal with the Caucasian community. Because it's not my job. But think about the thing when it says prophesy against them that I pasted up here. Think about that for a minute. It said prophesy against the women. That's what I was looking at, young boy 24. And look at it, you forgot. I'm remembering because I have an appointment next week. But see, you forgot because what am I doing? I'm doing what I've always been doing. Keep on doing it. All right. And like Carl Black pointed out, it is the American culture has seeped into everywhere globally, but there are still groups of people and pockets of people that decided that no, we're not having it. Period. There are pockets of people that's decided no, they're not having it. And so it is what it is. All right. And so that's basically it. What's up? If more. Here's the thing. All right. I'm sitting up here and I'm going to just be honest. I'm sitting up here that lived a life that have seen some things. I've seen what my nieces have done to people. I've seen what my sisters have done to people. I've seen what other black women have done to people. Every time something got stolen here in San Antonio, every time something got stolen from me, it's been a black woman that's done it. Or her seed. Or not even her seed, but her child that she was raised, a single black woman's child. All right. And I started understanding that maybe it's at that point that I need to keep anything away from me that's an American, that is a product of an American black woman. Period. What I do know is I stopped using my resources to try to bless people that I knew hated me. Okay. I kept telling y'all, um, uh, like the white said, I kept telling y'all that we are not supposed to engage with or marry a woman that's collecting child support. Is because the fact that she's collecting child support says that she is married to the people that she's collecting child support from. Because a husband is somebody that is supporting a child that he had with that woman. All right. Period. A husband is one that financially takes care of the child and the home of a woman, which means if a woman is getting child support, she has a husband. If a woman is getting child support, she has a husband, which means that if you are a righteous man, you cannot marry that woman. The only way you could take that woman as a wife is if she gives the child to the former husband. We went over that in Deuteronomy. Remember, I put Deuteronomy up. What was that? Day before yesterday? Was that day before yesterday? When I told that guy to go to Deuteronomy 19, and it was in the 20, I think it was in the 21st chapter, or what was it? In the 20th chapter. Hold on, let's go back and look at it. And then, all right, so I told him Deuteronomy 19, right? All right, one. And I'm gonna leave y'all with this. One, scripturally, we're supposed to have more than one woman, but they set it up the way they said it. And so here's the support for that: Deuteronomy 21 and 15. But I'm not done yet. Deuteronomy 21 and 16. All right, we'll break this up like this. All right, and then let's look at Deuteronomy 21 and 17. So this is the commandments governing when you have more than one wife. That means you're supposed to have more than one wife if you have the financial backing to handle more than one wife. All right. So now we go up to here, the laws of divorce. All right. And this is stating that Kelis has never divorced. Kelis has never. Kelis has never divorced Nas. All right. She has never divorced Nas. And this is why. If he's paying child support, all right, and that don't mean that she's not a virgin, is because this could be after years when she had a child with him, and you know, I broke that down to you. All right, and for the people that's like, oh, because she wasn't a virgin, understand this. If you read the other part to this, Deuteronomy 24, now she left his house and went to and become another man's wife, she could still be a wife. You don't have to be a virgin to be a wife. You have to be a if you're a virgin though, you need the father's permission to become a wife so that he can examine the men that wants to take you as a wife. Period. But once you're no longer a virgin, you're supposed to know the difference between a good and a snake, a good man and a snake. All right. So and here it is. So basically, Kelis has not divorced. She is not divorced from Nas. All right. Legally or any otherwise. And this is why. Anytime they make the man pay child support, that woman is still married to that man. But here's the thing: the reason why they could do that and mess up all the laws of the Most High is because you're not supposed to marry in a court anyway. You're not supposed to sign a marriage license or any of that stuff. Is because you take yourself away from the Most High's ruling and put yourself under the court. And that is evil in the eyesight of the Most High. All right? But once this split happens, right? And this woman goes to another man, for her to come back to you means that she is now defiled. And as far as you see it. So any woman that bounces back between man and man has not only defiled herself, but if the men keep accepting her back, then they are also defiled. Well, that's a defiled woman. Period. And there it is. And, all right. Period. All right. Kelis is still married to Nas, which means that she's in an adulterous relationship with the other guy down there. That's going to be wickedness, and he's going to be judged by the Most High because he's accepting a woman that's bringing another man's child that who wanted his child, who wanted to take care of his child, and who was paying child support. So that man that married her down there, he's thinking, oh yeah, I'm getting American money. I'm gonna get to ruin this child, so I get another field hand, not a son, but I get a field hand. And I could do anything I want with him because his mama don't care. Because if she cared, she would have left him with his father. I had KRS One seven. All right. So that's basically it, right? We are not supposed to defile ourselves with a woman, all right, that we hit, but then she want to go to the thug, but then she find out, well, he ain't got enough money, so she want to come back and get her resources. Nope, you're defiled. And as a matter of fact, we need to start telling women that want to come back to us, have you defiled yourself? Because if you did, you're not worthy of me. Period. All right. And so that's basically it. Period. We ain't supposed to be messing with these women. We ain't supposed to do anything for them. If they're coming to us fresh and new, it doesn't matter that they've been in another relationship, because the Deuteronomy thing shows you that. All right. And that's why I don't like these people's footnotes that some of the times they put on their thing. That means that she led the person. No, that ain't what that means. That means she didn't know how to take care of the house. When he says covered is in her, right? That means she's either skating around in the house, she ain't taking care of herself right, she's eyeing other dudes, anything like that. It's uncoveredness. You can get rid of that woman. You get rid of that and say, we're done. That's what the right of divorcement was. It was just a simple way, like, no, we ain't together anymore. She's back on the market. Now, if she goes to the next dude and he takes her in, and he's like, yeah, this woman is a skis. Yeah, she doing? And he puts her out. She can't then go back to the first husband. Like, please forgive me. I wasn't right because now she done her cat fax is now jacked up. Oh, sorry. Her cat fax is jacked up. All right. No. If your cat fax is jacked up, because not only are the plush leather seats so used, but the engine isn't right, then hey, sorry for you. Sorry for you. Right? There, when buying a car, as we're talking about cat facts. All right, a lot of cars, people understand that come off the lot are not brand new, but they are not worn out, right? But they got a good engine and a good transmission. So people can forgive that the leather interior has some use to it, but it's still mainly intact and it still has been taken care of. They've been using Armor All and cleaning it. You know, they've been keeping it clean. They didn't burn it up with cigarettes and all kind of other things that destroy leather interior, right? And so you'd be like, okay, yes, I will take this car because the most important things, it has a good engine and a good transmission. Translation, a good mind and heart. And so long as the cat's not worn out, that's a good car to get. But that seems to have been lost on the modern day Black American woman. All right. So y'all let me know what y'all think in the description box. Oh yeah, ran up her knowledge. Don't don't buy a rented car, turn it back after you use it. Rent the car, turn it back after you use it. Yeah, you don't buy the rental. Yes, you definitely don't buy the rental car. We need to talk more about cars, y'all. We need to talk about cars. You know what? That might be a title of the next video. Let's talk about cars. So if we're talking about cars, y'all can understand what we're talking about. All right. So we need to have this conversation about cars. All right. So both literally and figuratively. Yes, that's right. That's right. This woman is trying to take that boy and give this man new farm money. No, don't let that happen. All right, so yeah, we're gonna talk about cars, y'all. All right, so I'm gonna bust a move, try to go check out my boy Frizzo down in H Town, and I will holler back at y'all. Oh, sorry, I keep moving away. Okay, I'll holler back at y'all. All right. Peace, love, and soul. I'm out. And so I'll be getting back with y'all maybe later on today. All right. So peace, love, and soul. I'm out. And oh yes, we could have that conversation about cars. All right. Y'all take care. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. When you subscribe, click that notification bell. And brothers, all right, if you can donate to the channel for what we're doing in the community, for what this channel does for the community. You know, we getting ready to do some things. I'm making some calls because I want to expand what we do to other places. Kind of give us inroads there too. All right. So with that said, I'm out. Peace, love, and soul, brothers.